Welcome, dear listeners, to Sleepy Hollow Cemetery, a place where fog clings to the gravestones like stubborn cobwebs, and the whispers of history refuse to stay buried. Tonight, we wander among nearly 46,000 souls, including industrialists, authors, beauty moguls, and apparently a few prankster ghosts who still enjoy scaring the living. Whether you're here for history, legends, or just the thrill of wondering if a headless rider is lurking nearby, this cemetery has it all.
How Sleepy Hollow became legendary.
Long before Sleepy Hollow Cemetery became a destination for ghost enthusiasts, the Sleepy Valley it sits in was a place of real history and very peculiar locals. In the late 18th and early 19th centuries, the Hudson Valley was dotted with Dutch settlers, farmers, and Revolutionary War veterans. The Dutch brought their folklore with them, tales of spirits, witches, and ghostly apparitions known as witte wieven and other mischievous specters. Combine this with the eerie river fog that rolls off the Hudson, and it's no wonder the valley earned a reputation as a haunted, drowsy place even before Irving wrote a single word. Enter Washington Irving, a witty young man from New York City with a penchant for satire and storytelling. In 1820, he published The Legend of Sleepy Hollow as part of the sketchbook of Geoffrey Crayon, Gentleman. Irving's tale immortalized Ichabod Crane, the lanky, superstitious schoolteacher who had an unhealthy obsession with both pumpkin pie and Katrina Van Tassel, the beautiful heiress of a wealthy farm. Ichabod's rival, the boisterous and mischievous Brom Bones, made the story more than a simple romance. It became a high-stakes tale of rivalry, superstition, and ghostly mischief. The climax of the story is what really cements Sleepy Hollow's spooky reputation. One fateful night, Ichabod rides home through the dark, tree-lined paths of the valley after attending a harvest party. The wind howls, the trees groan, and every shadow seems to twist into something sinister. Suddenly, he encounters the Headless Horseman, said to be the ghost of a Hessian soldier who lost his head in battle during the Revolutionary War. Ichabod vanishes that night, leaving only a smashed pumpkin and his hat behind. Some say the horseman spirited him away, others suspect Brom Bones had a little fun. Either way, the story wove folklore, history, and imagination into a tapestry that made Sleepy Hollow eternally haunted, at least in the minds of those who walked its paths at night.
From story to cemetery.
Fast forward a few decades, and Sleepy Hollow Cemetery is founded in 1849, originally named Tarrytown Cemetery. By 1865, it was renamed Sleepy Hollow Cemetery, embracing the fame Irving had brought to the area. The cemetery expanded to roughly 90 acres and became the final resting place of not only Irving, but also Andrew Carnegie, Walter Chrysler, Elizabeth Arden, and countless local figures. The paths between graves echo the stories of early Dutch settlers, Revolutionary War veterans, and literary icons. A historical stew spiced with ghost stories.
Ghosts, graves, and giggling spirits.
One of the cemetery's most famous attractions is the Bronze Lady, officially called Recueillement. Sculpted in 1903 by Andrew O'Connor Jr., she depicts a woman so mournful she makes even the grimmest historians say, "Cheer up, lady." Visitors have reported hearing her weeping, and those foolish enough to slap her face or sit on her lap allegedly experienced strange accidents or sudden bouts of bad luck. A local guide humorously remarked, "She doesn't just judge you silently, she sometimes hits you with karma." Irving's own grave is another hotspot. Eyewitnesses report floating orbs, sudden temperature drops, and the feeling of an invisible presence. One visitor swore she heard soft laughter and whispers of, "Watch your step, Ichabod," when she lingered too long near his tombstone. Some paranormal enthusiasts interpret this as Irving keeping a playful eye on his creation from beyond the grave. The Headless Horseman reportedly roams the misty paths as well. Shadowy figures, galloping hoofbeats, and the occasional glowing pumpkin have been reported by visitors. One eyewitness described seeing a figure in a colonial uniform vanish behind a gravestone, leaving only a gust of icy wind that smelled faintly of horse and hay. Another recounted hearing a sudden, spectral neigh, followed by the sound of hooves, though no horse or headless rider was in sight. The cemetery is also full of smaller hauntings: ghostly children laughing near their gravestones, whispers carried by the wind that seem to comment on your life choices, and shadows that disappear when you look directly at them. One particularly clever spirit seems to enjoy rolling small pumpkins across tombstones late at night, just to keep visitors on their toes.
The living among the after-living.
Today, Sleepy Hollow Cemetery is open to the public for daytime and evening tours. Guides weave together tales of history, hauntings, and Irving's literary legacy, offering both creepy thrills and humorous commentary. Solo visitors are encouraged to bring flashlights, a sense of humor, and a strong stomach, because you never know who might be watching from behind the next tombstone. Sleepy Hollow Cemetery isn't just a resting place. It's a living story, a playground for folklore, and a museum of the macabre, all with a twist of humor to keep the chills from becoming too unbearable. As the fog curls around the gravestones and shadows dance across the paths, you realize that in Sleepy Hollow, the past is never truly gone, and the Headless Horseman might just be waiting for his next audience. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell all of your ghost-loving friends. Stay strange, dear listeners, and if you see a headless guy on a horse, consider yourself one of the chosen that is honored by the legend.